it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. I was going to make a few deviled eggs today, and I thought, you know what? I might be able to give you guys some helpful hints on how to make deviled eggs, because sometimes they can be a pain in the rumpus. All right, let me show you. Let's zoom in here. I hope you guys are doing great today. I'm having a pretty doggone good day. So, first thing I'm going to show you is how to take the yolks out. Now, I know if you've been making deviled eggs for years and years, it's probably easy for you, but sometimes there are people out there who have no experience with this, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you. You see how the inside of the egg is? You have this nice thick part here, and you have this thin part here. Okay, when you want to take your yolks out fairly neatly and get them out nicely, just bend the thin side, not the thick side, the thin side back, and remove the yolk. And it pretty much comes out pretty nice. Sometimes if you do it from this side, the thick side, you will leave some chunks in there. So we don't want to leave chunks in there, right? So, excuse me. I'll do it again, and you can just take it out like that. Comes out nicely, neatly, and then I put them in a bowl. So we're going to continue to do this, and I don't know why every time I start to talk, my throat gets, I have a frog in my throat, right? Okay, so now you can see I started to take it out this side, and it was going to leave some in there. Ha-ha! See how that worked? So if you do it from the thin side, you can even press up from the bottom. See how nice and neat that is? So I'm just setting the whites aside, and I'm going to continue to take these out. You see? Thin. It's just thin side. Look at that. Awesome. Now, this seems like a little thing, but it will keep you from being frustrated. Okay? If you leave some in there, it's not the end of the world. As we know it, it is just the way it is. Okay? All right. There's some there. And honestly, eggs are kind of different, because some egg yolks are harder to get out than others, like that one. But that's all right. It's fine. Alrighty. One more. And off we go. See, they're a little thicker. And sometimes they're a little different. We don't know for sure sometimes. There's just a hint. I found that this works really well. So, there we go. Awesome. Good. Now, I have all the yolks out. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to make the filling, because we're going to make the filling for our deviled eggs out of our egg yolks. Now, first thing I do, I just take a fork and I smush up the egg yolks. Just smash them up. Now, everybody, like your grandma or your mom or whoever, they all have, or Aunt Hazel, they all have their own way of making deviled eggs. And, they all have their own ingredients. I keep mine very simple. I used to put a little bit of sugar in this, but I'm off sugar right now. I'm not doing any sugar whatsoever, because I'm sweet enough. Anyway, I'm not doing it because I've been told to. I'm just not doing sugar because I want to see if it makes a person feel better, and it is making me feel better. Honestly, truly it is. Okay, so I like to put a little yellow mustard in mine, and this as the end of it. How rude. So I like to put a little yellow mustard in mine. And I will put a little bit of salt, not very much salt, because mustard and I'm going to use mayonnaise. Mustard and mayonnaise tends to be a little bit salty. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper. I think eggs always need salt and pepper. And I'm going to add some mayonnaise. Now, if you want to use Miracle Whip, you can. Mayonnaise is what I happen to have. So I'm going to use some of that. Or you can use whatever mayonnaise you like. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want. So, a little bit of that in there. And then just mix it. Some people use, they don't use yellow mustard, they use vinegar. A little bit of sugar. Some people, you can use like hot mustard. Use whatever you like. You can put a little horseradish. Just make it however you want. If you also want to, you can put a few bacon bits in here. You can chop up some olives. Just whatever you like. Alright. Well, that's it. If it's not completely smooth, that's not a big deal. Okay? It's not a big thing. Alright, we're done with the knife, we're done with the fork, we're done with this. Let's put that aside. And now we're going to fill them. Now, I had my boiled eggs in this container here. So I'm just going to, it's a little moisture in that, I'm just going to wipe it out and I'm going to reuse it. Okay? Because I don't want to have to keep washing dishes continually, right? Alright, now, this is, and if you happen to have a deviled egg plate, I do have a plastic thing that I use for deviled eggs if I'm going to transport them, but for these few, this will be fine. So now then, I'm going to show you how to fill them, okay? Now this is the way I fill them, and I think it makes it a little bit easier. Now here's where you're going to use the thick end of the egg, okay? So I just take a teaspoon and I hold it on the thick end because it's more sturdy and substantial, and then I just take the filling and I do like that, okay? You don't have to get fancy about it unless you want to, but honestly, there's no reason to. Same way, hold the thick end, and then I spoon this up, just a heaping teaspoon, see? And then I hold the end, and then like that, and then I put it in like that, and it goes right in, okay? And honestly, that's all you do. Make sure you, and the whole, you'll find that if you hold a thin end, it's kind of iffy. But if you hold a thick end of the egg, you'll find that it works absolutely just fine. Okay? And that's just the way the egg is shaped. Alright? And in actuality, you can whip these out in a very short length of time. You can whip out a platter of deviled eggs, and there's very few people I know that do not like deviled eggs. And if you have some of this nice filling left, which you may, you can just eat it. That's what you can do with it. or use the rest of it to top off the egg while it's in the container. Now these aren't going to be perfect, but it's certainly a great way to do it. Now, just to show you right now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to fill, but I want to show you. See there? That really didn't take very long. And in the olden days, they used to sprinkle paprika on them. I like to sprinkle a little bit of pepper, like that. And that's it. One of the things too I like to do sometimes when I'm just eating these myself and not for others, I will take an olive and I will put it in the middle of the egg, and it's very, very tasty. But there's people that don't like olives, so some people in my family do not like olives, but that's just me. Okay, all right, I wanted to show you that, and just real quick, just to show you, because I thought maybe it might be something you would like to know. Don't be intimidated by deviled eggs. They're easy, and I'm telling you, if you have to bring something to a picnic or to a potluck or anything, volunteer some deviled eggs. They're quick, they're easy, and they are inexpensive. Okay? All right, listen. If you like, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like, give me a thumbs down, because, hey, it all helps. And like, subscribe, and share, because everybody needs to know how to do this stuff, right? All right, listen, I love you guys. You know I do. And you just remember that little is much when God is in it. And if I can do this, you can do it. Okay? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Love ya.